Good morning, everyone. It is me, Lacey, of Last Minute Lacey. Welcome. It is 6:37 a.m. on January 15th, 2026. Today is the anniversary of me seeing the Asura. It would have happened last night, during the night, and today would have been the day I woke up and realized, holy crap, I saw an alien in my room. Although it didn't turn out to be an alien. What it turned out to be was even more interesting to me, I find. But this morning, I am recording a little video because I had a pretty cool dream last night. It's not too exciting, but it's something that I find interesting that happens a few times. It's happened a few times rather over probably, I don't know. So the last 6 months, I'd say, I remember telling you guys about this in a live stream where I had a short bit of a dream and I was sitting on a couch and the entire rest of the couch was taken up by a beautiful, pure white, sleeping polar bear. A big one. And like it took up the entire couch. I had like a little space. Like it's not like I didn't have enough room, but like this was a big animal. And he was asleep. And I was just sitting next to him on the couch, but I realized, I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a polar bear. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just a short little dream. So last night, I had a dream that I had a lion. A full-grown male lion. And I remember specifically that it was playing on my bed. It had a bone, like a dog. And it was chewing on its bone. Like this big bone. Like, big fucking bone on the bed. And I remember in the dream I was a little nervous. Because I'm like, oh my God, that's a lion. Even though it wasn't acting dangerous, and it was very playful. But I remember worrying, like, oh, I hope he doesn't play too rough with the cats. Because the cats were there, Marvin and Salem. We were here in my house. And honestly, you don't really realize how big lions are until you see it laying on your bed. How fucking big it was. Oh my gosh. And that's really put it into size of how big they are. Even though it was only a dream, it was pretty shocking. You know, just to see like the size of my bed and how much it took up the bed, you know? But that's pretty much it. There was a lion hanging out with me in my house, in my dream. A full-grown, beautiful, big-maned lion. And, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool, you know, that I was lucid and, like, I was thinking, you know, oh, I hope he's gentle with the animals. Yeah, it felt very real. So I've had dreams like that with, I guess, they're spirit animals. I've had one of a grizzly bear, couple of a grizzly bear. That's a really powerful animal. The polar bear, and the lion. The Black Panther. Yeah. Well, I know there's no such thing as a Black Panther. It's a jaguar, I believe. But, yeah, beautiful Black Panther. That was when I was a little girl. And then there's a lioness lady who I could tell right away that wasn't an animal. that some of these spiritual beings can shapeshift into animals. And I think they do that specifically for me, because I'm so uncomfortable with most people, and they know that I have like these difficult relationships with humans, like myself. So I think that they change into animals to make me feel more comfortable, honestly. Even if they're just guardians, I think that it what's the matter, Salem? Come here. Come here, where are you? Here you are. Oh, you got a mouse. Good boy. Did you catch that mouse and you brought it to mommy? It's just a play mouse, not a real mouse. Is that what you had? Good boy. He dropped it over there, but he had a mouse in his mouth, meowing like that. Oh, good boy. Did you catch a mouse? Oh my goodness. Mommy's so proud of you. You did? You brought mommy a mouse? Oh my goodness. Good boy. Good boy. You're crying like you were sad, eh? You just wanted me to see your mouse? Oh, good job. Good job, bud. Such a good boy. There he goes. Lay down with mommy. There he goes. Lay down with mommy. You bring mommy a mouse? Oh, that's a nice boy. Mommy loves that mouse. Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, so also, I want to tell you something about another dream that I had. But just let me open my Telegram. I'm going to pause this, open my Telegram, because I said something about it. I think it was on Friday. I'm just going to try to remember the best I can. So I'm pretty sure it was the past Friday. It was the same day in the evening, because I woke up 20 minutes before Stephen Cambion's show, the Truth Seekers show, yeah? And it was an open panel. So this was before, I believe, when I took my nap. Then I had like 20 minutes, but I didn't plan on going on his show. I didn't actually put that in my plans. But then when I got there, and he had said, well, why don't you come on and tell your story about Corey Good? I thought, yeah, okay. And so I just woken up and then I went on the show. So I'm pretty sure, just let me check for sure if that was it. I'm sure it was, but let me check. Well, I was wrong. It wasn't on the 11th. It was on the 7th. So I guess I got a little mixed up, but I'm glad I wrote it down. So this is going to be a little bizarre. I just need you to bear in mind that it was just a dream. I can't prove anything, all right? But I'm going to tell you anyway. Because it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if I don't say anything... All right, just let me tell you. So, now I don't know for sure. It was a feeling when I woke up about who this was, okay? I just knew. This is kind of weird. Well, I guess I'll stop being a baby about it. Well, I had a dream, and I was lucid and conscious, and I was standing in front of this lady. Now, this woman was at least a foot shorter than I am. Like, I'm 5'7", and I had to look down at her. She wasn't super small, like not a midget or anything like that. Come on now. Not like that. But even my mom, my mom was, I think my aunt is 4'11". My mom might be 5 feet tall. My grandma, and these are my biological family members. My grandma looks like an elf. She does, and she dresses for an elf. She used to for years for Christmas, and go to like community center or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Maybe at the Christmas giveaway Santa thing that they do at the fire station, something like that. I only know a tiny little bit about them. So, and she used to sing, my grandma. But so my grandma, you know how big the washing machine is, right? Like, I think the washing machine, like, I can set my belly button at my stomach, and look over in the washing machine. That's seriously my grandma. Her head used to come up like the washing machine is right here, man. And that's her face. So, like, my grandma needed to get a stool and get one of these long helper sticks with a claw on the end and reach into the washer to get the clothes out, or she'll fall in. Could you imagine two legs sticking in the washer? Oh shit, help! Oh my god. But my grandma was little, okay? I'm one of the biggest people in my family, and my brother's only a little bit bigger than me. So again, I only know my biological family a little bit. I knew my brother when he was a teenager. Um, so anyway, I just thought I should mention that. But this lady kind of reminded me of my own family, because I was looking at them. I felt like a fucking giant. You know what I mean? Like, here I am, this giant woman, and then my aunt's tiny, my mom's tiny, and my grandma's. And I'm just like this big gargantuan fucking thing. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure, like, even my brother, my brother's dad isn't much bigger than my mom. So, like, I'm not sure where his height came from either. But I know that my height came from my dad. We have different fathers, me and my brother, okay? My brother's half black. So my my brother's father's black, and he's not a huge man. He's a good looking man. He's got a really nice smile. You know what I mean? But he's just not a huge, tall, big guy. You know, which is perfect for my mom. And I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that, but um, yeah. So I'm kind of I don't know. Like, so I had a dream about this lady. Okay, and I'll tell you as best as I can what she looked like, because I should have wrote down what she was wearing, but it was just casual clothing. Like, it might have been a black shirt, but not a t-shirt, like a nice fitted shirt, kind of like a stretchy material almost. I'm pretty sure she was dressed very casually. It wasn't a bad thing. Um, Maybe the pants kind of were like skinny jeans, like tight leg jeans. I don't remember, you guys. But what I do remember is her hair. And I'm pretty sure it was curly hair. But when you don't, I don't know if you know about curly hair, but if you don't put in product, and it's not like her hair looked bad, it was a very natural, like, curly haircut that she had. And it reminded me of like a little bit of the 80s and 90s. It wasn't outdated and it wasn't too 80s and 90s, but it was like updated, but it's puffy here, and then it kind of goes down like this on her, and it sat on her shoulders. It wasn't super long, but it was kind of fluffy, but not in a bad way. And like I'm saying, I think it was because she didn't put product in it to do the curl, because that's what it looked like. And it didn't look bad. But like I said, it was kind of like it's kind of like a cloud, almost like fluffy, and it looked soft, wavy curls a little bit, you know? But just like almost like but Nancy in Stranger Things, her hair had the curling stuff in it. When it's like sitting there and it had the curl in it in season 5, the most recent season. But it was similar to that haircut where it's like cut so that it's shorter up here and then it just kind of goes down, right? So it kind of sits in a nice frame type of way. Because curly hair can be difficult to manage. Jenny had curly hair, my best friend. Well, my ex-best friend. So this woman standing in front of me, like I said, she's not big. Like she's very thin framed, not like ultra thin, healthy. She wasn't a big lady, but she wasn't super skinny. Nice weight. She had, she was a smaller person than me, but I remember her lips because, and they weren't like abnormally small, but she didn't have like big lips like that, like she didn't look like that. But oh man, I was like, this is all I remember. I was like, you want him? And she goes, no, just like that. No. Like it was almost like she's trying not to laugh at me because I was like, good, because he's mine. Clearly, I'm talking about Claudio. Okay? And she goes, no. Just like that. And I woke up. It was Claudio Nocelli's mom. How the fuck I know that? I don't know. I woke up, I knew it was her. And you know what? Her hair is a dark color. And she dyes it Alberny red. It's not the kind of red. My color, if you do want to dye your hair the same color as me, I'll let you know. The hair color I use is called medium reddish brown. It's either a 5 RB or a 4 RB, but I can't remember if it's 5 or 4, but that matters, okay? It might be a 4 RB because this lady's hair looked more like that purple auburn color, and not like reddish auburn color, Like I could show you the exact box if we were at the store right now. Like that auburn, it looked nice, especially on that dark black hair. It kind of gives it just that little bit of oomph, like a nice color to it, like this reddish black color. And it's pretty on her. It's like a really dark color red. But you could still see that she had naturally black curly hair. It's just that it had reddish in it. I'm pretty sure she dyed it with like I said, that Alberny color dye. Yeah. Yeah. Mine's more of a copper, where hers was more like that burgundy mahogany look, like that different red. So we don't dye it the same red. But yeah, she dyed her hair. And it looks nice. Like I said, it's like really black hair, but then you added like this red to it. So it looks good, Yeah. So that's it, you guys. I know that's crazy as hell because I don't know what his mother looks like. I don't even know, I hope she's still alive. I hope he has a good relationship with his mom, but I saw her. How I know it's her is because I woke up and I went, oh, that was Claudio's mom. I have no idea how I fucking know that. But I wanted to say something. I don't care how crazy it makes me look. It's just a dream. But if it's right, because that lady might be an astral traveler too. If her son is, it probably passes down through the bloodline. And so, yeah, it was lucid and it felt real. And I remember what she looks like to a degree. Like if she showed up at that door, oh my God, I'd say you're the lady from my dream. I remember how big she was. I remember her frame. I remember the way her hair looked, the way the color it was, the way it sat on her. Yeah, her actual frame. Like I remember what she looks like. So if I ever see her, if he ever has a picture with her, we'll know. We'll know. And then you'll be like, holy fuck, how'd you know what his mom looked like? Fuck, guys, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm telling you the truth. So I may have not have gotten the date right, you know? I really thought that it was because I took a nap, but I woke up, it was 20 minutes before, but I guess it didn't feel like I had that dream that long ago either. I guess it's because I've been thinking about it, but yeah, neat, huh? I don't know. Please be gentle. Um, I already feel quite crazy telling you about it, so. But yeah, I recorded a video yesterday and my stress had accumulated actually over the month of December and all that and so I did have a difficult day yesterday. I had some PTSD flashbacks. I didn't eat too much, but I'm doing okay. And I didn't even check anything because maybe I should. Hold on. Okay, so I checked some of my comments yesterday because I always get worried when I ask for help that people will get mad at me. And of course, some people do. I don't know why they get so upset if I need help with milk and bread and things like that. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not sitting here trying to get rich. I just think that people don't understand that, like, I've run out of milk. I can get some now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I just checked my PayPal. But this will be my last tea. And this gives me a lot of comfort to drink a nice warm cup of tea. And so I just want to say thank you very much to everyone that did donate to my channel. I didn't look at everyone, and I will try to send you a thank you message. It's difficult for me to figure out how to get to the messages on PayPal, so please give me some time. And I may, because if sometimes I'll send a message so it won't return the exact message you sent me, but I'll send you one. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't figure out all this time how to get to the messages. And usually, I can see them, and then when I click on it, I'll have to figure out how it works. But I can, and I have done it, so I can do it again. And so, yeah, I really appreciate your help. And one of my comments, the reason why it just kind of was put off, and I didn't want to be on the internet, and I kind of just kept to myself because I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't want to interact with anybody's energy, you know? But someone left a comment, and I don't know why people do this either. It's like you gotta rub it in my face or humble me or something like that. But you can read it. It's still under the post. I told them both off. I was not in a good mood yesterday. I wasn't having it. And one guy was like, Lacey, excuse me. I was like, excuse me. I was so mad. And he's done that before. Well, I've been telling you this, and I've been saying that, and blah, 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 and you don't listen, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I don't even remember you. Do you know how many comments I answer? And I've done it for 5 years. I'm sorry. I told this fella before. I can't remember everything. I'm sorry. But that's what you come at me for? So I'm already having a hard time. It's already difficult for me to ask for help. You don't think it makes me feel like a loser? It does. That I can't go out and work for myself? That my CPTSD won't leave me alone? It's so... It just disappoints me. So yeah, the one guy's like, oh yeah, when your cats don't have food. Listen, my cats always have food. Why do people do that? You try to make me look and feel even worse than I already do. And you think, oh well, you wouldn't run out of money if you didn't do drugs. Motherfucker, I don't have any drugs. I don't have any weed. I didn't have weed yesterday either. But I made sure to make sure that I have my responsibilities taken care of. I'm like, oh, can you guys give me weed money? Have I ever fucking said that? No. So I'm not in a bad mood. I'm sorry. It's just that's why I didn't, because it reminds me of, but I just want to say how grateful I am for your help. I really am. And you don't know, like I can't even ask my dad. Like, Dad, will you go and buy me some milk, please? I don't have milk and bread. Or when I'm sick and I need to go out, can you bring me to the grocery store so I can get my Gravol? I have none of that. And it's really hard. Like if I need to go somewhere, I can't take the bus. Minus 25. I'm not taking the bus because that guy. So I'm walking in minus 25. So I don't know. I just want to focus on being grateful. And I'm sorry because clearly there's a little bit. But this is why I want to tell you about my dreams because it makes me feel a little bit happier. I'll be all right. It's just sometimes it comes to a point and I have to deal with the stress and figure it out and stuff like that. And unfortunately, sometimes it will come back in ways that, is feels like totally irrelevant, but that's what post traumatic stress disorder part is. So when I feel stressed, then that's when I started to have the PTSD flashbacks yesterday about how that guy abused me. Mm-hmm. It's mostly now about that rather than the stuff about my childhood, but either or, sometimes I go through those flashbacks, which sucks. And again, I didn't have any marijuana to stop it and numb it out. Like, yeah. So, and like, I know it sounds weird, but I'll just be like walking around my apartment in my head. Sometimes I talk out loud, you know? Um, like, why? I'd be like, why did he do that? Blah, 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 blah. And it's complicated because I hardly don't remember because I'm not there anymore. I do believe and feel that the underlying thing about it is that I went through that terrible thing. And where'd you go, Marv? I saw you. Sorry, baby. Um, it's because it hasn't, like, nothing's come in its place, you know what I mean? To something opposite, like a good thing rather than this awful, terrible thing. So I think that's why it still bothers me. Like, what did I do wrong? That was my experience with love, and I just never got to experience it again. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that's why it comes up in the way that it does, and why my heart, mind, and soul still struggles with it. That I went through all that, and even in the end, that it's not any different. Like I don't have a husband, and all of that still to this day. I'm pretty sure I've digged into myself to try to figure it out. But other than that, I'm all right. You know, hopefully I'll be able to eat a little bit more today. Um, I feel less of the stress than I did yesterday. So I just, like I said, it just takes some time to process it, and hopefully, I will be back to my regular self soon. Because even after sleeping last night, I just feel like because I didn't have any weed, I don't know, I didn't sleep as deeply. I wasn't really sleeping as well. I had a dentist appointment on Monday. I thought that what was making me sick was my teeth, and it's not. I thought that maybe my root canal tooth back here, and right in the back, the one before your wisdom teeth, because I had all those removed. But they damaged the tooth in the front because they were all impacted, and I got an abscess. My whole side of my face swelled up. I had to go for emergency surgery to get them all out before it killed me. Because you can get like a brain infection, right, from having a really bad abscess tooth. Yeah. But it wasn't. All of my teeth are totally healthy, and I actually kind of cried a little bit in the dentist chair because I was so frustrated. Like, not like loudly or obnoxiously or anything, but at first I was really mad, you know? And I didn't express it. Like, I told her, I was like, I've been sick since December 6th. with this. Back and forth, taking nonstop ginger pills and stuff like that. And again, I got sick on Friday. Or no, Saturday. I was putting on my foundation and I was getting ready to record some videos and I was going to get dressed nice. I was wearing a yellow top that you've never seen before. And I was having a conversation on Telegram and it just hit me out of nowhere. And I was in the toilet from like 6 p.m. And then I threw up and threw up and threw up. Then I got in my bed with a bucket until I passed out, and I woke up at probably 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. So after I explained everything at the dentist, the dental hygienist was like, you know what? She's like, that's been happening to my sister. And she said that it's weed sickness. Yeah, because I had mentioned that I thought that it was weed withdrawal. She goes, I don't think it's withdrawal. I think you've got weed sickness. And it's something that happens, I guess your body just rejects it. And I listened to a bunch of people's stories over the past couple days, and it sounds just like it. So sick for days, and then you end up in the hospital and you're extremely dehydrated, even though the hospital didn't even check for my dehydration. I was even telling them, like, my brain feels weird. Yeah, because I had to beg them for a juice. The hospital is such shit. Yeah, couldn't get the IV in because I'm so dehydrated, but don't give me any fluids or anything. Like, can't give me an IV, nothing. Yeah, had to beg for juice. So, anyway, it's if you look it up, it is, and I know that, like, I will probably continue to get sick, and this could actually kill you. It can actually give you a heart attack. Or something to do with the heart. This fella said so when he was in and out of the hospital. This one fella's story. Something to do with your heart, and especially if you have a panic attack while this is going on. Yeah. So I've listened to some pretty concerning stories, and I realized that, and this is why I was frustrated, because I realized that I need to stop, and that this is really making me ill. Now, again, it didn't happen since Friday, and I'm pretty sure I ran out of weed the day before yesterday. So, yeah, I'm really hoping, like, I wish I could find, like, a CBD, even gummies or something that would help my nervous system and help me be able to manage the symptoms of my illness. But I've been trying for quite a while to find something like that, and, well, I haven't been successful, and I'm scared to spend money on something, especially if it's, say, like $80 for a bottle of CBD oil or something, and then it doesn't work. Well, you can't really bring it back, and I don't have that kind of money to spend, Like, the reason why I lost the internet is because I forgot. Okay, I forgot to pay. My check came in last time around the 22nd of December. And I don't know, I must have forgot. I must have thought that I paid it and totally forgot, because I was like, oh, I'll pay it after Christmas or something, I have all this time or whatever. And then I just forgot to pay it. So by the time that happened, I didn't have any money to fix it. So I was able to get 2 more weeks. I had to wait to be able to use someone's phone because, well, the first person I asked just straight up was like, no. One of my neighbors that usually helps me, I should have just said that my phone was broken, but when I said that my phone got cut off, it's like people just want to punish you. Well, if you didn't if you didn't pay your bill, I'm not going to help you. You know what I mean? Mm, that's what it was kind of like. And so that hurt my feelings because it's not like I'm doing it on purpose, but this old man being mean to me about it. So I kind of sulked for a little bit after that happened. I didn't want to ask anyone for help, you know. But I saw this young fellow that lives down the hall, and I asked him if it would be all right if I used his cell phone, and he let me. So he's like in his 20s. Yeah, but he's a nice fella. So he's a bit slow, but he's a nice little fella. You know what I mean? So I just told him, I was like, I forgot to pay my phone bill. You know? And he goes, oh. He goes, do you want to call? I was like, yes, please. You know what I mean? He knew. So he was really nice about it. And he just stood there with me at the door. He showed me his bowling balls that he got. He got professional bowling balls, and he goes bowling like every 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah. So he was really excited to show me his new stuff that he got. So I don't know. It was like a double whammy. I got to use his phone, and then he got to the excitement and happiness and joy of telling me about his favorite hobby and showing me these professional. He had a bowling bag and everything for them. My father used to go bowling, so I knew the moment that he had that bag what they were. Yeah, my dad had his own bowling ball. I was really young, but I remember he was on a bowling league. Mm. And he liked darts as well. So I do remember some little things. But yeah, you guys, other than that, I'm doing all right. Like I said, I'm tired. So I'm probably going to let you go now. You know, hopefully I'll be able to go back to sleep and maybe just get a couple good hours of deep sleep, and then I'll feel better. You know, because I don't know, I just felt like I tossed and turned a lot last night, and I just don't feel rested like I normally do. But like I said, it's probably because it's been my first couple of days without any weed. Hmm. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it wasn't too exciting, even though it's going to be really cool if I'm right about what Claudio's mom looks like. I don't care if I'm wrong. What if I'm right? You know, because I've had dreams about Claudio as well. I've talked about that, lucid ones. I know people would just be like, "Oh, limerence, you just oh, shut up." Like, I'm already aware of it. You don't need to tease me about it. I've already said before that, well, one, at least he's real and he's not an imaginary extraterrestrial, right? Um, and two, like, it's helped me even just to have a crush on somebody. Like, I wasn't even seeing any men. Like, it's like I couldn't even fucking see them. So it's helped me, even just like a helping hand along the way to the journey to make it to the ice wall. You know what I mean? And then over. It's one thing getting there. It's another thing getting over it. So, yeah. It's nice at least to get to see him in my dreams. Yeah. And I've talked about all that before. I think you can see all the dreams that I've had of Claudio in a video called Mystery Video. Pretty sure I talked about all of them in that one. I think I've dreamt about him 4 or 5 times. Yeah. But it hasn't been recent. I haven't seen him in my dreams in a long time. The last time was when, so I had to convince my subconscious that he's gay because I couldn't handle him being with another woman that isn't me. So I said, no, he's gay. And then I just felt better about it. But then my subconscious registers this. And I had a dream where he was, like, I was sitting on a bed and he was standing in front of me, and I was sort of like looking up at him. And for some reason I was like, oh, it's okay, you're gay. I still love you. We can be friends. And I like put my hand on his shoulder, you know? And that's when he looked at me and takes his sunglasses, wearing his sunglasses. He takes them down and he goes, gay? Gay? Yeah, that's what he did. Gay? Yeah, he was like, gay? Gay? Oh my God. And then he disappeared. I was at this house party thing, and there was other people there. And then I ran downstairs. I'm like, "Have you guys seen Claudio?" And they're like, "He just left." Like, he left. And I run out the front door, and I'm like, "Claudio, Claudio!" Like, I was fucking screaming, and I woke up. I had a sore throat. Yeah, because I was yelling. I don't know if I was actually yelling in my dream, but I woke up with a sore throat. Like, I've been yelling all night. Yeah. So there's that. So I don't know. I'd appreciate it if you didn't make fun of me for it, but it happens. You know what I mean? It's just a dream. And like I said, I'm aware that, um, I'm aware of exactly the reality of my situation. You know, like, he doesn't know I exist. And I'm not jealous of those women. It just sucks. You know, it just sucks. Like, all right. Well, take care, everybody. I hope you have a good day. And I appreciate you and your support, and you being here with me this morning. And I don't know, I'll see you again soon. Like I said, today is the anniversary of seeing the Asura, and I made plans to tell the story of the Asura to somebody who hardly knows me and barely knows about this kind of stuff, like with what's going on with me. But even though she's spiritual and stuff like that, and you'll see. So I'm going to sit down with her today and tell her the story of the Asura, and you will be able to see that. Almost like, not an interview, but a conversation between two people. And she's gonna, because I told her. Really, I think I mentioned in the car about what Jenny had said about it. About me having to make up imaginary friends because I don't have any in real life. Yeah. And so she was shocked at that. And so I just thought it would be nice for you to see me tell the story again, and to a person, you know. So yeah, we're supposed to do that today. I'm gonna go there at around noon. So let's hope that happens, and then I'll be able to post that on my channel. I'm actually bringing my computer to her place, and she lives in the building. So yeah, you'll be able to meet her, and we're just getting to know each other, you know. But I like her, and I've liked her ever since I met her. I think I might have mentioned her, Golf Girl. Did I ever tell you about one morning there was some people going golfing out front, and all of the golf balls fell out the back of the car from the bag, and they just went all over, all these pink golf balls. So they were picking them all up, and then I was like, okay, they got them all. But then I saw one roll under the vehicle, but it kept going, and the guy went after it. And I thought, okay, good, they got them all. But when they drove off, there was one still under the car. So I went and I got it, because I wouldn't want to lose my pink golf ball. They were like pretty hot pink golf balls, And so I saved it for her. And I waited until I saw them again. That's what I called her. Hey, Golf Girl. I said, look, you lost something. I saved it for you. And she's like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? And that's how we met. Yeah. So that's where I'm going today. And it'll be good because, I'm sober and everything like that. Like, I don't have any weed. And even though I wish that I did, honestly. But, I really don't like being sick, but I don't really know what to do about that. So, like I thought before, I may need to seek out help. Maybe there's people that will know better than me. Because I've even talked to doctors who prescribe marijuana and they still didn't do a good job. Everything that I got didn't work and it sucked. Like, what's wrong with you guys? So yeah, I do remember that, and I've spent money on stuff that didn't work at all, and I was like, great, now I like, and it's almost like the hope you get when you do get a new medication. You're like, okay, this is gonna work, it's gonna make me feel better, I'm gonna be all right, you know. And I just spent $80 on CBD that didn't even work. So, because then I wouldn't need to smoke anything at all, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get a gummy and see if they. Because, I mean, I had one before. My friend Alan, who passed away, um, it was like right after I first moved into my apartment, he's the one who helped me move here. And he actually passed away um, in his apartment from a heart attack on the couch one night. Died at like 2 in the morning. Yeah. But he used to have gummies, and I ate one. He gave me one, and I think it was like 150 milligrams. I know it sounds a lot, but I'm pretty sure that they were homemade or something. He got them off somebody who makes them. He didn't buy them at the weed store, or maybe he got them at the reserve. Shit, I can't remember, and I can't ask him because he's in heaven. um, and this is Alan's cup. This is from his house. So this is my friend, and I keep this and I use this cup, and I remember my friend Alan. Yeah. If you didn't know that, that's the cup I got from his house. So I just kept it. He let me bring it home one day, and I just kept it. So I'm really glad that I did, because that's the only thing I have to remember him by. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. Like I said, I'm very grateful that you've been here with me today, and thank you for all your help and your kindness and support, and I will see you again soon. Okay? Again, I just woke up, so. Oh, and my new hair conditioner is working really nicely. I really like it. And it makes my hair really nice and soft and healthy feeling. And I showed it to you last time. The Tresemme stuff I actually got it at the freaking dollar store. But it's got 7 different types of repair for damage, and it's in a white bottle. It's called Tresemme something or other. But I like it, and it works really nicely. So, it smells really good. And it just feels nice and healthy. Really nice and soft and not overly silky, but you can tell that like the protein level in it's really good. And yeah, so I'm impressed with my new hair conditioner. I washed my hair yesterday and it was drying, and then this morning I was able to brush it out and put it into a braid. Yeah. So I just let it dry overnight in like a little bun, and it's all good. Yeah. All right. Now I'm really going to go because I'm just rambling about things that, whatever. See you later, everybody. Happy dreams. Have a good day today. Bye. Mwah. See you later.